we know that over the last 20 years, the number of young people voting has declined. Why do you think that is? Why aren't young people as engaged today as they were 20 years ago?
I would say one of the reasons is the parties didn't present anything new. I think we've gone through quite a big period of time where both Labour and the Tories were almost interchangeable, where they talk the same language, they walk the same way, they act in the same way, and I think a lot of it also, from a sort of young perspective, a lot of it started becoming more and more around the individual and the leader instead. I think now, the difference now, and you can see this with Jeremy Corbyn, whether you like him or not, he does speak a different language, he acts in a different way, he's outside of the establishment, and that is getting people excited because politics now, there is a choice, whereas before people felt that there wasn't really a choice.
Jackie, you're in a household full of teens. Are they interested in the general election?
Yeah, they are. My daughter's at university and she is really interested in this election. We're going to be away when it happens and she's already made sure she's got her vote in. And I think tuition fees is a massive thing for students. Now, whatever you say about students, money or lack of money is a really important part of their life. And this is very clever. I mean, can you see any student not voting for this policy? Abolishing tuition fees?
Probably me if I still was a student. I'm not. I graduated last summer. I'm all for education being accessible and it being affordable. £9,000 a year is an eye-watering amount of money. That I'm going into the world of work with 50 grand's worth of debt. That is not okay.
50,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So the idea that university should be free, however, I disagree with because it is an investment. We've gotten into this mindset in society where university somehow has become a right. It's not a right. You've got to work for it. You've got to earn your place. And opening the doors and making it free to everyone not only suggests that it is a right, but it completely ignores the people and the young people in society that aren't academic. They don't want to go to university. Yeah. They want to learn, they want to be skilled labourers, they want to do apprenticeships. And I think Jeremy Corbyn, he's going for that very middle class vote with young people. It probably will pay off by saying he's going to scrap tuition fees. What about the other young people in society that don't want to go to university?
Not everybody wants to go to university, you're right.
No, but I mean, it's not that they're saying that we're going to forget about apprenticeships and not deal with that, everyone's going to go towards university and whatnot. It's not talking about that. He's talking about actually education is something that we should all have a stake in. It's something that shouldn't be specifically geared towards people that can either afford it or don't mind getting into debt.
Yeah, but like we were saying earlier, like last year, it was a record number of students applying to university. I technically can't afford.
So it didn't seem to deter people.
Yeah, I can't afford to go to
just because it doesn't.
And I did because it's something I wanted to do, and I went to university knowing, right, I'm going to get in about £40,000–50,000 worth of debt, but I want to do that because I want to learn, I want to engage in ideas, I want to read new things. So
but just because it doesn't deter people doesn't make it wrong. You know, just because people are going and saying, well, actually, I want to do this, despite me going into massive amounts of debt, doesn't make it fine. Just because they want to walk into huge piles of debt because they want to get that degree, doesn't mean to say, well, okay, they want to do that, so fine. Let's
so many people have come up with an idea on Twitter. 2 or 3 people have tweeted me and said, why can't they means test it? So perhaps give free university education to the areas where we need people. So, for instance, medicine. Whereas if you want to go to university and study drama, media studies, or, you know, some people describe them as softer degrees, then you should pay for that.
I mean, that is something that I would personally be quite open to, you know, degrees that are sort of built around, you know, STEM subjects or things like that, which are sort of where the economy is going.
Maths, you know, medicine, where this country is lacking on, you know, people who have those skills.
Yeah, no, that is something that I would be very for. I just don't think it should either be blanketed where you've got to pay for every degree under the sun, just because if you want to do that, you either have to have the money and the backing to do it, or you have to riddle yourself with huge amounts of debt, which then you're going to have to pay off for the majority of your life. That, I think, is wrong. You know, if it's means tested, the trouble obviously with means testing is always going to be people that are going to be caught right at the very barrier, and those are going to be the ones that are going to be massively annoyed by the situation.
Okay.